Starting dropshipping in 2023 is going to be ridiculously hard if you don't understand what you're doing. Over the past 5 years, I've been doing dropshipping, scaling stores to multiple 6 and 7 figures, but I'm here to tell you that without the right foundations, without the right systems in place, and not understanding how to properly time a market, how a winning product looks like, and how to actually run up a successful store, this is not going to work for you. Now, in this video, I'm not here to push a course into your face. I'm only going to share what's worked for me, and in this video, I'm going to give you the 2 best ways to start dropshipping in 2023 that's going to give you the best profit margin possible. We're not into this to make a store that does $100,000, but at the end of the month, you're left with a 5% profit margin or a 10% profit margin. No, I'm about to teach you how to actually make serious money in the industry. So I'm not going to waste your time. Let's get straight into it. And this is something you can start already this week. So as you can see on the PowerPoint here, it says how to start one country dropshipping in 1 week. Now, one country dropshipping is only one of the strategies that I'm going to teach you in this video. I'm also going to talk to you about another strategy that will be revealed here in a second. But if you are looking to make tons of money, one country dropshipping is the way to go. It's what I've been doing over the past 3 years. And as you can see on the results, it's working relatively good. So let's look at it right here. The 2 different approaches you're going to use to make your first million with dropshipping. And I know that number probably seems so unrealistic to you right now if you're just starting out. Maybe your goal is to just make your first $100 a day. Maybe it's to make $500 a day, or the big $1,000 a day, which was my goal when I started out and most people's goals. So the 2 different approaches is going to be doing TikTok organic or one country dropshipping. Now, the advantage with TikTok organic is that it comes with a low startup cost, but you have to be creative. Now, I want you to understand one thing about dropshipping organically on TikTok. This is not going to work for the average person. Let's say that you are 50 years old. You've not really been too into TikTok. You don't really know how the trends work. You don't know how to get in the algorithm. This option is truthfully probably not for you. But if you are a person that is somewhat creative, then TikTok organic is a very good way for you to go. And I have friends of mine who's run a TikTok organic store up to $20,000 the first day running it with 80% margins. The only problem with TikTok organic, I don't see it as a big downside. I think it's still definitely a positive, is that you constantly have to grind. You have to rebuild stores. You have to look for new products because you might be testing a product with TikTok organic that dies out. And if that happens, you are going to be left with no other options than to rebuild a store and start over again. But once you get that first product up and going and making you money, then your life might be changed forever. Now, let's talk about one country dropshipping, which is what I do. It's insanely fast, insanely profitable, and from my experience, you only need $300 to get started with this. Now, if you are smart, I would obviously advise you to have $500 to $1,000 if you're going to work with paid ads. But what I can see from the case studies I have with one country dropshipping is that we actually been able to make the first product we ever test profitable. Yes, you heard that right. We have never ever, a single time have we ever failed to make a product profitable. And the ROAS is absolutely ridiculous as well. The ROAS is the return on ad spend, how much you're spending versus how much you're making. Now, this is a strategy that I like to use on Facebook, but it also works on TikTok, so you can choose your own platform. If you want to do one country dropshipping super successful, then I probably would go with Facebook though. So let's say at $300 to $500 to start, I would probably go for this option as it's extremely aggressive. It scales ridiculously fast and is also very, very profitable. Now, there's one thing you have to know about one country dropshipping is that you have to be good with market timing. You have to recognize trends in the market, which I'm about to teach you later on in this video. And just one thing, do not click off this video. This is a no BS video that's actually going to teach you how to make money in the industry. It's not one of those videos just giving you top 10 products to sell now or a challenge just to keep you entertained. No, I'm trying to teach you how to actually make money with this. So one country dropshipping is 100% the way to go if you have some budget. But as I said, one country dropshipping is definitely skill based. You have to have a certain understanding of market timing. The reason this store right here that did $1 million in Sweden did so good was because of an ongoing situation in Europe, and we were able to time the market and find trends. So we could find products that's doing very good in the US, but they're more untapped in Europe. Let's say nobody in Germany is selling it, or the United Kingdom. We can bring it over there and get really high profit margins, really good results and tons of sales because there's no competition, which also means we can get away with, like, you know, more low quality dropshipping, even though I don't recommend you to go low quality. Both of them are good, but one country dropshipping is more long term, it's more scalable, and will eventually over time make you more money. So there's 3 stages to launch your store, and this stage is going to be the same regardless of you doing TikTok organic or doing paid ads. And what you're going to focus on right now is to choose the product. I'm going to give you 2 strategies, so let's look at it right here, right now. The first strategy is to go to the Facebook newsfeed and find trending products. So when you first go to your newsfeed, you might see tons of ads that's not relevant to e-commerce at all, and that's completely fine. It's about re-optimizing your Facebook and understanding that it might take a couple of minutes to actually get the ball rolling there. But once you get your first ad for dropshipping or e-commerce, which are really easy to spot, then you're going to click on it, you're going to engage with it, add to cart, and then you're going to be filled with tons of ads for dropshipping. Every third post on Facebook, when you scroll down the newsfeed, is an actual ad. So once you click on the ads for e-com, you're going to get more e-com ads, and this is the main way to find products. But let me show you how to research if the product is actually saturated. So what you want to do is you want to search for the Facebook ad library. This is always how we check if a product is saturated, because you can't just go into dropshipping and run a basic product without any understanding as to whether or not it's saturated. I believe in saturated markets, not saturated products. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to the ad library, put in the United States, and we're going to search up a product. So let's say we search up the massage gun. As you guys are going to see now, there's 420 results. This product is clearly saturated, and I know the massage gun is saturated. It's just an example. But if we switch the country here, we can see that we will have way less competition if we go into the United Kingdom. I'm going to say it's 70 results shown, but let's see really quick. I don't know, but let's search at the massage gun right here, and we're going to have 130 people. So it's already 4 times less saturated. And if we search for more countries and a little bit less of a saturated product than a massage gun, eventually you're going to find a product that's not in that country yet. And once you find that, it's time for you to run it up. We can also install other tools such as AliShark, which is going to help you see the amount of sales for the products on AliExpress every single day. Now, you're not going to source from AliExpress. It's just a good tool to actually find the types of products. But let me show you a strategy that I actually use to find winning products that I use for one country dropshipping and also for TikTok. That is to go to AliExpress. And I know, guys, yes, we are using AliExpress, but the thing is, you can find these same products on other platforms. You're just using AliExpress to import it to your store. So I don't want you to source from there. But we can go to AliExpress, and at the bottom of the homepage, there is a section called More to Love. Now, what's really good with the More to Love section is that it optimizes towards what you engage with. This means that if you click on music products, you're going to start seeing guitars and microphones and other types of music products. It means that if you click on food products, you're going to see more food products. But that also means that if you click on good winning products for dropshipping, you're going to find more good winning products. So let's look at it right here. If we scroll down, we can see that the products here are a little bit weird. Let's say we like this product. We want to be pushed more so towards the cats niche, or want to be pushed more towards dropshipping product. We're going to go ahead and open them in new tab. And as we start scrolling, you're going to start seeing the dropshipping products come up right here. This product could be cool. But the point is right here to find winning products that we can import to our store. I'm going to see if I could actually find you an example of a winning product that I think could be performing good in another country, but I'm also not going to drag out the time. So hopefully I will find it really fast. And I actually did. I found a reasonable product. Now, it's not like super interesting on anything, but this is something you guys can start selling right now. Let's say that this product is saturated in the US, is saturated in Australia. We could sell it to, for example, a country in Europe. It could be whatever, but it's also something you can do on TikTok. You could get the product to your own house, put up your phone and film a TikTok of it, and put a link in the bio to your TikTok page. And then the people that sees the video on TikTok is going to come over to your product page and buy it. So if you can get a video on TikTok to 1 million views, that could be $5,000 to $10,000 for you. And I know 1 million views probably sounds so unrealistic to you right now, but it's not if you understand how to do it. So what I recommend you to do is just see how other people do it. Search for things such as TikTok made me buy it on TikTok, and you're going to see tons of competitors that are doing extremely well. Now, the second stage, in my opinion, is the hardest part. I still don't consider it to be too hard, but that is to actually choose the right market, to do your market research. You don't want to sell a product that's ridiculously saturated to a super saturated country. And I think for a beginner starting out, avoiding the US is the absolute best way to go, because if you start running ads to the US, you're just going to be flooded with competition. This doesn't matter though if you do TikTok organic, but if you're running ads to the US, it's going to be ridiculously expensive and it's not going to work out in your favor. So what you want to do is you want to find a trend in the US and bring it over to Europe. Now, the third stage is to actually launch the ads. This is not hard at all. In fact, let me break it down for you right now how that should actually look. All right, guys, so we're inside of one of my random ads managers, and I'm going to show you just simply how it should look when you set up your first campaigns, but I'm not going to go super deep into it. The point is here, you want to have one campaign running with 7 ad sets. Is this 8 or this is 8? With 7 ad sets, that's what you want to have. And these ad sets are going to be running at $10 a day. So as you can see here, we have one at $10 a day, $10, $10. I'm not going to click on all of them, but it's very simple. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to edit one of the ad sets so you guys can see kind of like what's inside of it. I want you to pick one country. I want you to pick one interest, but let's break it down right now. For the pixel, you want to select purchase. You want to run a $10 a day with 7 ad sets. So that's going to be around $70 a day. If you choose to go worldwide, which is a good move, you're going to exclude these countries. But if I were you, I would choose to go with one country only. So when you go with one country only, it's obviously not as simple as just choosing a country. It's more to it. But then you also want to go with broad interest, because if a country size is only 10 million, let's say, then you cannot have an interest on the size of 3 million, right? That only works well if you go worldwide. So you want to make sure you work with those broad interests because the country is also smaller. The ages, you can leave the exact same. And what I'm trying to teach here is to keep one interest in each ad set. As you can see, medicine is pretty good, very relevant also for the healthcare product we're selling. If you have this button, which some ads managers have had removed, I want you to use it. You always want to go as broad as possible when testing. So you're going to run 7 ad sets and that's it. And under those, I want you to have 2 to 3 creatives. That could be 2 videos and 1 picture, or it could be 2 pictures and 2 videos. It can be whatever. For the placements, I recommend to just put the advantage, just keep it super broad, and then we can narrow things down later. But that's how you test. It's actually really simple. I want you to run the ads for, let's say, 30 hours, and then you're going to make a decision. So if you make sales the first day, that's a very good sign. If you don't make sales within 30 hours, or if you only made 1 sale in 30 hours, I would just cut it. When you do one country dropshipping, if you understand market timing and have a somewhat of a good product, you don't even need a best product as long as the market is untapped, then you should just stop the ads after 30 hours if there's only 1 sale, or if there's 0 sales. There's better products out there. It's going to take off more. But I also believe that if you know how to do one country dropshipping, you shouldn't spend thousands of dollars on testing. My students, they find winning products as their first product in most cases, and it's most certainly not random. They're producing insane results right now, and that's because we have a proven to work strategy that actually works. My strategy does not evolve around spam testing products hoping to find a winner. No, because that's not how it works. We want to have a good strategy. Now, if you want to be a part of the mentorship, you can message me on Instagram right here. It does cost money, but it's also very effective. But anyways, let's get back into the video. The third stage here is going to be to build a store. I want you to start with a general store. It's the best way to test, and also understand that most people who go into your general store are not going to skip to the homepage, are not going to see any other products, and that's the beauty of the general store. If we look at the average statistic on an e-commerce store, only like 1 to 2% of people goes to the homepage. So it's going to look like a one product store because you're going to send your customer to the landing page of that product. That's the link you're going to send them to. They're not really going to see the homepage, and therefore I just keep general stores all the way because that's what works for me, and it also allows more room for testing. And if you make this strategy work and you actually take it serious, you should be able to get results your first week. The main goal here is to find a winning product. After 1 to 3 products is tested and a winning market, then you can niche the store. Now, as I said, I sometimes just keep the stores general, but at this point, once you have a winning product, you can go into a full niche store. It might come off as a little bit more professional, but I don't really think it's necessarily needed. But in my opinion, it's cooler. I sometimes choose to niche down the store, but it's also up to you. When you start dropshipping, I don't want you to sit there and think, should I do a one product store? Should I do a niche store? These are not the things that's going to make or break you. What's important is to put in the work, do the product research, find a good market, and not if should I use this app or that app. That is not important. That's just an excuse and just a way of procrastinating. So what must be ready before we start selling? Well, you should have a fully done general store. You want to have a product page for one product ready to go. You want to have market research done. You want to have creatives, and you also want to have a website and a product page translated. When it comes to creatives, you can use launch ads. I have a discount code there, which is Henrik10. It's going to give you just a small discount when you're looking to get your first creative. I recommend them because I genuinely think they're good. They actually make really good ads. And for a product page, it should be very simple. I typically structure it like the video on screen here, a paragraph, then a picture, then a paragraph, and then a picture. Now it could be a GIF as well. It doesn't really matter. There's also some apps I'm going to reveal here in a second that's absolutely essential when dropshipping. So when you do one country dropshipping, you have to go all in, guys. It's not that easy as you guys might think. And I'm going to show you as well for TikTok organic a clip from my last video of someone that is crushing TikTok organic, and I'm also going to pull up some videos on screen there so you can see how it is. It's typically you getting a product in hand. Let's say it's this wallet right here. I get the wallet, I say, yo, look at this smart wallet, it glows in the dark, it's super cool. Then I will take up my camera and I will film a video of the wallet, and then I will just publish it. I will say link in bio, and they're actually doing a free shipping right now, so if you want to get it, now is your chance. And then I will get people to come to the bio and film it. So let's say that we, for example, have a LED product. We're going to film some videos in our house where we turn the lights off, we use it in the bedroom, we use it in the kitchen. We're going to post 10 to 15 TikToks, and then if the product doesn't work after 10 to 15 TikToks, then we're going to cut it. And also recommend you to post like 3 to 4 TikToks a day. Now, when you're doing one country dropshipping, you should translate your website. Remember that the person who puts in the most work, who goes the extra mile, is also the person that's going to be successful. So if we launch an e-commerce store to Germany, we want to have it translated to the language. That is going to boost our conversion rate a lot, and it's going to boost our profits a lot, and it's on a way more personal level, so you're able to stand out even in a saturated market. But if you run a product to the US, you can't translate a website because it's already English and and you're just going into a competitive market. So now you might be saying, Henrik, I really want to dropship to the US. I know it's the biggest market. And yes, but right now, man, you don't deserve to dropship to the US. You want to get money, and if you want to get money, you have to go where money is. And that's not in the most saturated market. Money is made through trends. It's made fast, and then the trend is going to be gone. How you made money 6 months ago is not how you make money right now, unless you have an evergreen market. And with the one country approach, you're able to take the last formula that worked 6 months ago and actually run it right now, because you can take a saturated product that's dead in the US and show it to a new market where there's no competition and people are relatively similar, so it's going to work well for you. One country dropshipping is also very cheap, and the reason it's cheap is because no competition, meaning that the first product you test, if it's saturated, that means it's proven to work. People are clearly interested in it. So if you run a saturated product to an untapped market, you should expect results insanely fast. I've had students of mine who spent $40 and the rest they reinvested. They literally started dropshipping with $40 to $50. I had people spend $150 to start dropshipping. That's not something you can do with your basic dropshipping strategy. The one country dropshipping is 100% the way to go. Also, one thing I wanted to add here is that dropshipping is not random. You shouldn't sit there and spam test products. Whatever guru tells you to do that, to test products and hope for a winner, is just lying to you. He doesn't do dropshipping. That's obvious, because it's not how it works. Dropshipping isn't gambling. It's not a money-making machine where you try to find a winning product. Guys, I've had students come to me who spent $100,000 before I spoke to them, and they could have just rethought the process. They could have just not behaved like a robot on autopilot. I just sit down and think, what am I doing? Or maybe there's nothing wrong with this. Maybe they could reach out to someone in a Discord group and pay them $100 for a little bit consulting, and he would have saved $100,000. Imagine if that was you spending $50,000, $100,000, when you could have paid one guy once to get the exact formula, and maybe it will cost you $200, $300, $400, $500 to get a store up and going, and you make 6 figures. Well, that is worth it. Now let's go over some apps that's absolutely essential when you do one country dropshipping, or when you do dropshipping in general, honestly. Luke's reviews. Now you can go with whatever review app you want to. If you want to use Ali reviews, that's cool as well. Me personally, I use Luke's reviews. I think it's a good app, so I'm also going to recommend you guys to do it. And you also want to have Currency Converter Plus. Keep in mind, guys, mostly smart people or bankers are the people that knows the US dollar. But what we have to do, and this is going to sound a little bit harsh, is we just have to assume that most people are stupid. So most people, if they come from, let's say, the country in Europe, they might not understand the US dollar, or maybe they don't use euros. So you want to have a currency converter app that converts pretty much every single currency in the world, and Currency Converter Plus does exactly that. Now, this is not a sponsor video or anything. It's just 2 apps that's been working very well for me, because you have to translate your currency. It's absolutely important. So how do you launch your store? As I said, I've already shown you on Facebook. I kind of did it earlier than I planned on, but it's very simple. 7 ad sets running at $10 a day. If you want to launch with TikTok ads, I recommend you to do no interest. Interest targeting is just not good on TikTok. And you want to run 5 ad sets running at $20 per day. Ad sets on TikTok are called ad groups. Just don't get it confused. You want to run 2 to 3 creatives, or maybe even 4 under each. So that's 2 videos and 2 pictures, or 2 videos and 1 picture. It can be whatever. Just make sure you have some good photos, and you want to be aiming for at least a 4% click rate. If you run a product with a 2% click rate, that's why you're not getting sales. It's not because the product is bad. So never judge a product if you haven't looked at the click rate. And click rate isn't only about a winning product. And click rate is not only about the video ad, okay? It's about the audience. You can have the best video ad ever, but if it's shown to the wrong audience, it's not going to work. If this video for dropshipping is shown to people that's interested in gaming, obviously nobody's going to click, right? Or people that's interested in swimming, like they're not going to click on this video. So I have to put dropshipping in the title so it reaches the right people, and then the thumbnail is very important. But the video is not important if it reaches the wrong audience. So do not judge a product based on anything else than a click rate, in my opinion. And then the second thing you can do if you want to go with the TikTok approach, which I recommend, especially if you can reach the US TikTok algorithm, so launch a TikTok store. It's basically a general store that orders products. So let's say you order like 5 products from Amazon today that you also can find on AliExpress, CJ, dropshipping, whatever. You can import them to your store. Then you go into, once again, take up your phone, film a video of the product, film it 3 to 4 to 5 times per day. Then once you upload it 15 times, you change the product. So today you can go ahead and order 10 products to your house for like $20. The only cost with doing TikTok organic is to import a product to your house. And if you go on Amazon, you can get them sent to you fast. And then once you get the products, you can just test, put the link in the bio to the product page you're currently testing. And at some point, it's going to just explode. People are going to buy it. I've seen 16-year-old kids go from $0 to $100,000 first month overnight. I know people who does $4,000 or $500,000. I've seen people do $50,000 in one day just of a viral TikTok video. They're no more skilled than you. Of course, they understand the algorithm, but they just post cool content. They're creative with it, and they find winning products that actually works. Now, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope that you picked a strategy, whether you want to go with TikTok dropshipping or one country dropshipping. As you guys know, one country dropshipping is what I mainly do. I know both of them though. But one country dropshipping has been able to change my life forever, and also for my students. So I probably recommend you to go with it. But TikTok is also extremely good. What I don't want you to do is to run a basic Facebook ad store targeting the top 5, targeting US. No, it's never going to work. So hope you found this video helpful, that you click a like on it and subscribe to my channel. And I'm posting like 2 times a week now. So I'll see you in the next video.